Alright, let me check chat. Hello everyone! Hey Beat Boop, hey Mist, hey Beat Boop, hey Agent 3, hey Marvelous Good Boy, hey James Williams, hey VG, hey David, hey Mist, hey K Deity Dragon Emperor, hey TR Ballon, hey First Fire, hey Agent 3, hey Andrew Smith, hey Agent 3, hey Sad Color, hey TR Ballon, hey Fierce Fire, hey Maple, hey Floral, hey Agent 3, hey K Deity Dragon Emperor, hey Ouija, hey Anameru, hey Apple, hey Navy, hey David, hey Nontan, hey Agent 3, hey The Jungle King, hey Ouija, hey David, hey Floral, hey Nontan, hey Floral, Maple, Sir Butslot, Agent 3. Will this ever end? Hey Small, hey VG Master, hey Lucentai. Can you hear me? Test. This is on Switch. Hey Asterisk Joe. Wait, okay. I'm feeling a lot better than yesterday, but I'm still kind of sick. So I got some cough drops. Hey Agu. Am I going to MomoCon? Yeah, probably. Why? Okay, I'm gonna host a room and we're gonna do 1v1s, but like first to 3. We can all have a try at fighting each other. Oh, but let's turn on comeback assist. I've experienced how ridiculous this is with fever mode. Fever peroration. That's what they're naming it. Hey Pikmin 1211. Hey Audacious Tomato. Okay. Wait. What did I set the win count to? I'm sorry. Did I mess up? Oh darn it. Okay, let's go.
It's my turn.
Yeah, they're going to have Puyo Puyo Tetris at MomoCon. Yeah, they removed the puns, so I'm a little sad.
Let's go.
But like the puns weren't even there in the Japanese version in the first. Oh, I forgot to turn on my music. Oops. Sorry, I need to turn the music back on for fever mode.
One.
I was recording videos earlier.
1, 2.
Okay.
1, 2. 1.
It's no fun if you don't fever.
2. 1, 2. Thanks for waiting.
Thanks for waiting.
Uh-oh, yeah!
Oh, see you later, Fable. Whoa. What is even all that?
One, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fairy fire!
Oh no, you can't connect anything.
Hey, stop! Uh-oh, yeah! One, 2. Fireball!
Okay, that's not too bad. Comeback assist in Puyo Puyo 2 rules is like absolutely gigantic and powerful and ridiculous.
1,
This isn't too
2,
bad.
3. Fireball! Flame!
Wow, my 4 chain can't even beat a 3.
1,
Actually, maybe this is kind of busted.
1,
Oh boy.
2. 1, 1, 1, 2. I will Yahoo! 1, 2, 3. 1. Ice storm! 2, 3, 4. 1, 5, 2. Fairy fire! Yay!
Why?
1.
I can't even beat normal chains.
I won't win! 4, 5, 1, 6, 2. Fairy fire! Fireball! Ow!
Oh.
One, 2. Fireball! Here I go! 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 4, 3, 4.
I worked so hard and I still couldn't counter that.
2, 3, 4.
What am I
1,
fighting
5.
for?
Judgment! Yes! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. Judgment! Yes! 3, 4, 5, 1, 6, 2, 7, 3, 8, 4, 9. I won't lose! Take that!
Oh,
Judgment! Oh no! Victory!
oh, now I get the power up.
One, 2. Fireball!
Oh,
Whoa! 1, 2,
by the way, fever mode is a little different
2.
than Sue rules. So the garbage placement for single units of garbage is actually predetermined.
Hey, stop!
So you have no excuse for getting killed by a one chain in fever mode, except for your own inability to counter. Okay, let me turn on. Not enough space already. Okay, let me change my settings. Thank you, Sir Butslot. No, comeback assist just applies to whoever lost last round. Okay, we need to hear the good music, so... The onesie prince. Oh, I'm Narukami. Yeah, there's dual audio. You can see it right. Where is it? Well, let me turn this back on. There's dual audio over here. See? English, Japanese. Can we do 4-player? We could, but I don't know. Maybe once I finally completely lost my mind. For now, I just want to have like actual Beaver mode matches. Can you play with players that have the English version? Yeah. The English version is compatible with the Japanese version.
I want you. Fine, I'll
I'm in
join the
this to
fray.
win.
Okay, I'm in this to win.
One, two,
Oh.
One,
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 Okay, here we go.
one,
one,
2, 3,
one,
4,
two,
5, 6, 7. Reggiole.
one, one.
1,
It sounds like he's
Two.
saying Reggiole.
3, 4,
Like
5.
Reggie,
Reggiole.
Back
the
to square
That's the end of
one.
that.
the former president of Nintendo America. Reggiole!
One, two,
Oh, the boost mode! Oh, that wasn't so bad.
1,
one, two, three.
1.
Cosine.
Time to get serious.
Hey,
One,
that's not so bad.
two,
1,
one, one,
1, 2, 3. Take that. All right.
Okay, how do we extend this one?
one, one,
Okay. Oh crap, I'm bad. I did this wrong. Oh,
one, one,
I just haven't
one.
played Fever mode in a
Two.
long time.
Sign.
Uh-oh.
2, 1,
One,
1,
two,
1, 1.
one. One,
Okay.
1,
two, one,
Oh,
1, 2, 3,
one.
4. A worthy foe. There we are.
a worthy foe. He's so dramatic.
1, 2, 3, 4,
One.
5. Reggiole.
Back to square one.
Good. That's the end of that.
Why is there a 24 in front of our names? Because we're Team Puyo Puyo. It's our eSports team.
1,
But not really, because none of us have money to pay the lawyers to keep an LLC open.
1,
One,
1,
one, one, one.
Well, I
Two.
suppose we could open an LLC
Three.
with the Patreon money.
2,
Four,
But my constant fear is that I'm not legally
5.
knowledgeable about law
Well,
enough
all
to be
right.
qualified to handle
one,
an actual company.
two, three.
1,
Cosine.
2, 2.
Okay, I got the extension. I hate extending this one. We need good colors.
Ah, well played. Reggiole. There we are.
Reggiole!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
2.
6, 7. Reggiole.
Ow! Ow! Back to square one.
Good. That's the end of that.
Imagine having money. Yep, that's how I feel. Okay, who's next? Who do I play as next?
Ha! So be it!
Very good. One. One.
1, 2.
1. 1.
1, 2.
1.
Disaster!
2. How dare you? 1.
1. 1.
1. 2.
Oh,
3. 4. 5.
2.
6.
3.
7.
4.
8.
5.
9.
well, that's good.
Fighting Queen!
7. 8. 9. 10.
Enjoy! No mercy for
1.
you!
2. Rock punch! Oh no! Oh no! You'll pay for this!
You will never beat me!
No mercy for you. I think my chat window stopped updating. Is everything okay?
1. 2. Rock punch!
Ow!
1. 1. 2.
1. 2.
Oh my.
3. 4.
1.
5. 6.
1.
7. Exploding knee!
Oh, there's like
One.
kind of a lot.
1.
1.
This cannot be!
Did you enjoy my technique?
I'm gonna pop out my chat window. I was using Restream, but I think they kind of broke.
1.
1.
2.
2.
Disaster!
3. Clear the mind. Iron Fist!
Ow!
1.
1.
1. 2.
1. 1. 2.
1. 2.
Disaster!
1. 2. Try to keep up.
1. 1.
1. 2. 3. 4. 5.
1.
Clear the
2.
mind. Exploding
3.
knee!
Enjoy! Devastation! Annihilation!
Oh no! You'll pay for this!
You will never beat me!
Okay, gotta beat the boost mode. Oh, already.
1.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Come on!
1, 2, 3, 4. Enjoy!
1, 2,
Ow!
1, 1,
1,
1,
1,
1.
2. Disaster!
How dare you!
1, 2,
1,
3. Calamity!
1, 2, 3. Clear the mind. Iron Fist!
Uh-oh.
Try to
1.
keep up.
No mercy for you!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exploding
1,
me!
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cataclysm!
1,
Consider this
2,
a gift!
3, 4, 5, 6,
1,
7.
2,
Exploding
3,
me!
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ascension!
Wow, I didn't beat it.
1, 1,
This is bad.
1,
1, 2,
1,
3, 4, 5.
1,
Exploding me!
1, 1, 2,
1,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
1.
6, 7, 8. Enjoy!
1.
Ascension! Consider this a gift!
1,
1, 2,
1,
3,
2,
4, 5,
1,
6, 7, 8,
3.
9,
Got an all clear.
Wind kick!
11. Ascension!
Okay,
1,
I've got a.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
2,
7, 8. Fighting Queen!
Don't tell me that's already almost countering. I don't have no space to.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Clear the mind. 10. Fighting Queen!
1,
1, 2,
1,
3, 4, 5,
1,
6, 7, 8,
1,
9,
2.
10,
Disaster!
11. Fighting Queen!
1, 2, 3,
1,
4, 5,
Please be enough.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Enjoy! Ascension! Consider this a gift!
1,
1,
No, that's not how you do it. The blues.
3,
1,
4, 5,
1,
6, 7, 8,
1,
9.
2,
Ascension!
3.
What?
Wind kick!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Oh,
6,
man.
7,
7,
8, 9,
9,
10, 11,
Clear the mind!
12,
Clear the mind!
13.
How are you
Enjoy.
countering me? My chain's bigger.
1, 2, 3, 4. Clear the mind. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
1,
12, 13. Fighting
One.
Queen!
Oh, I should have.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Fighting Queen!
This cannot be!
Did you enjoy my technique?
No, I think it's the boost, the comeback assist. Oh,
1,
2.
Disaster!
How dare you! 1. 1, 2. Rock punch!
1. 1. 1. Ow!
1, 1, 2. 1,
1. 1. 2.
how dare you! 1,
1. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5.
1,
6. 7.
1,
8.
2.
Ascension!
Oh no! Oh no!
This is so
Pay
ridiculous.
for this!
You will never beat me!
Okay. That was entertaining. Thanks for playing with me, Sad Color.
Shall we?
Fine, I'll join the fray.
One. 1.
1. 1.
1.
1.
1, 2, 3.
Oh gosh.
Listen to this.
I messed up. Green
3.
Blues.
Ah, well played. 5. 6. 7.
1,
Reggiole.
Reggie.
1.
Goodbye, Reggie.
1.
1, 2, 3. Listen to this. Feel the music.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
1,
7.
2,
Reggiole.
4. La da da la la la. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Such harmony.
1.
Yeah, the characters do have different like
One.
stats for their chaining and stuff, but
2.
I don't know. Honestly, I will tell you that my opinion is that
Do re mi.
it doesn't really make
Good.
much of a difference
That's
until you
the
get
end
to
of
like the
that.
extremely high super level. But like no one has put in that much effort except for the gods back in like, the Puyo Puyo Fever PC days. But I think most of those people have moved on.
1,
So it's actually just really rare to find anyone who's that level at Fever anymore.
1, 2.
Oh gosh.
1. 1.
1, 2.
1. 1. 1.
1, 2, 3, 4. La da da la la. 1,
1.
2.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, well played. 7, 8, 9.
1,
Verdict. Wait, all right.
1,
1,
1,
2, 3,
1.
4.
Feel the
Worthy
music.
foe. There we are.
Yeah, Harpy is like so fun.
1,
I love it when they
2,
make the characters just like
3,
they go
4,
all in on the ridiculousness of their
There
quirks.
we are.
4. La 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 la. La 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 la.
1, 2, 3.
2, 3,
Take this.
4, 5.
1,
Harmony.
2.
La 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 la. Help! Help! Do re mi.
Good. That's the end of that.
You're gonna sub to me? Thank you. Ah,
1, 2,
I'm so bad at thinking
3.
through this.
Listen to
Uh-oh.
1,
That's right, they have a free chain
Two.
when it's
Time to get
comeback is
serious.
on.
this. 1,
1,
I forgot.
1,
Wait, I can all
Two.
clear this. All clear Interfever mode. Let's go.
1. That should. All right.
1, 2, 3. Listen to
One.
this.
Okay, second all clear.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ah, well played. There we are. 1, 2, 3,
1,
4,
2,
5, 6, 7, 8,
1,
9, 10.
2,
Verdant wing. There we are.
1.
1,
Oh, I got another all clear.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Verdant wing. Good.
Hooray me.
That's the end of that.
Hey, Mega Man X74. I hope you're enjoying your copy of Puyo Puyo Champions. A comet happened earlier during the match with Sad Color. It was ridiculous. A Shezlo game. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll do it. Thank you, Panacea, for your $10 super chat. Wow. Thank you so much.
It's potion time.
Basically, once school starts next semester, I'll be living off of like YouTube ad money basically because I don't plan to have a job, at least for the first semester.
I want you.
So I really appreciate the support. Not to say that I actually make much off of YouTube ad money. It's more like I live with my family, so the rent's
Why?
cheap. I'm really fortunate.
1,
1,
Ah.
One,
1, 2,
Okay.
1, 2, 3,
1,
Thunderstorm.
2, 3.
1,
Return fire. 5.
Uh-oh.
Star blast.
Okay. Time to use my thinking.
1.
No!
Curses.
1.
There's no moves left.
Curses.
I shouldn't have put the greens there.
I've been finished.
That all you got?
Ooh, but I have the comeback now. Let's go.
1, 2,
1,
Dark magic.
one,
1,
1, 2,
1, 2,
Parry.
1,
4,
2,
5, 6. Star strike.
1, 2. Meteor shower! Stop that! Stop that! What happened?
Victory is mine.
Still trying to get more than a 5 chain. Hey, we'll
One.
get there.
2,
Uh-oh. Whoa, why is that so much?
One, two,
1,
three,
2,
4.
3.
Night Blade.
Fire! 1.
I will say the comeback
One,
assist actually is strong enough to let your
1,
weaker friends like stand a chance against you. So it's actually kind of really nice. If you want to introduce your friends to Puyo Puyo,
2,
I know
3,
a lot of people say, you know, Puyo Tetris, but this is actually kind of nice too.
6,
1,
7.
2. Let's try this! 1.
Because I know what has happened a lot in the past is like we used to just like swap mode for people who are beginners of Puyo so they can feel like they're at least doing something. I don't know. I think a lot of people don't realize how bad they are at Tetris either. So then they learn that they're both like bad at both games,
Dark Magic.
and they still get demotivated. But here with the comeback assist,
Stop that!
like we actually kind of do a lot.
Victory is mine.
1, 2.
Uh-oh. Oh my gosh! Why?
One,
1,
2.
2,
Dark Magic.
3.
Help me!
1.
1.
Why is this so powerful? 4 lines!
Curses.
Oh my gosh.
1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 2.
Dark Magic.
1. 1, 2. Return fire! 4.
Oh my gosh.
Slam!
1. 2.
Dark Magic. Let's do it.
1, 2.
Oh.
Meteor shower!
Oh no! I'm stuck!
1.
Gah!
I'm stuck again!
1. 2. 3.
Thunderstorm.
bad.
Well.
2. Meteor shower!
Curses. Curses.
Oh.
I've been finished.
That all you got?
One.
1,
1.
1.
Okay, here we go.
1. 2. 3. 4. 5.
1,
6.
2.
7.
Meteor shower!
Star Strike.
1, 2. 1, 2. Let's try this!
Okay, I have to stop them from extending.
2.
1.
3.
What was that?
Night Blade.
1, 2.
Okay.
Meteor shower!
1.
So in Fever mode,
1,
you have 2
2,
garbage queues,
3.
the active queue and the pre-fever
2,
queue.
3.
You have to time your attack till after their fever mode activates for it to go into the active
Stop
queue.
that! What happened?
Victory is mine.
Huh? A downgrade? I think it's fine. Thank you for playing with me. Any character requests? You got like 10 seconds. Panacea, your kindness is... It's a little overwhelming for me. Thank you. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. What was he doing?
One.
Is this good enough?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 7, 3, 4, 9, 5, 10, 11. Reggiole, all right. Devil Scream.
What?
1, 2, 3. Take this. Oh. 1, 2. So annoying. 3. So annoying. 4. Broken night.
Did I hold back too much?
Started. One, 2.
Uh-oh, boost mode.
Time to get serious.
Oh, no!
2. Not bad.
Oh,
No. Gotta go with the flow. Good. That's the end of that.
the replay for our match desynced? Is it because of the difference in software version?
1.
Oh, weird.
1. 1. 1. 1.
Okay, this better be enough.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Devil Scream. 2, 3, 1, 4. A worthy. All right.
Like, his voice gets pitched completely different. Are they like auto-tuning that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reggiole. There we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Reggiole. 1. So annoying. 3. So annoying. 4. Broken night.
Did I hold back too much?
Started.
Hey, Ninja.
One.
Oh. Why do I let that happen to me?
1. 1. 1, 2. Time to get serious. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you're good. 5, 6.
How's boost mode?
7.
It's actually pretty balanced. For Fever mode, at least.
1,
And 2 rules is a little too much.
3, 1, 4, 3, 4, 6. Broken night. Reggiole. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yeah.
There
Did he really say that?
4, 1, 5, 2, 6, 3, darkness time. 5, 6. Reggiole. There we are. 1, 2. Oh.
Wait, I did so much work and I didn't counter?
2, 3, 4, 5. Reggiole. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2. Just watch. 1, 2, 3,
Uh-oh.
4. A worthy 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 5, 6, 7. Oh, you're good. 9. Double scream. Yeah. 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 4, 5, 6, 1, 7, 8. So annoying. 10.
Huh?
11.
Floral, what's wrong?
Double scream.
Hey, Arctic Light.
Started.
This is the Switch version. I only have the Switch version. Oh yeah, it'll be so weird seeing Puyo on an Xbox console. Well, actually, I think you can use Xbox 360 backwards compatibility to play Puyo Puyo Fever for Xbox. And does that carry over to the Xbox One compatibility to play Xbox 360 games? I don't know. I mean, who actually has a copy of the Xbox version of Puyo Puyo Fever to try? Oh, I guess we have the stream replay. Oh, is this gonna be carbuncle nonsense? Oh my gosh. Surprisingly, I'm okay with Carbuncle's drop set. Alright, there's the boost mode. Encounter. I worked so hard on the extension, but it took me too long. Oh, this is a bad idea. I cut off one link. Oh boy. Oh no, I wasted my resources. I need for their fever mode to run out. Ooh, an all clear. That one's a little too easy to all clear if you have a big Puyo. Oh. I won against boost moded Carbuncle. I'm a god. Oh boy. Oh no. This is bad. Alright, but now I have the boost mode. That's a whole rock. Hey Metal Brother 64. Is it balanced? Well, of course not, but it's supposed to be for you when you play against your weaker friends who don't really know Puyo as well. I'm just doing it because I don't know, I just wanted to mess around and show off the game's new features.
It's my turn.
Lagnus? You mean Ragnus?
A hero always prevails.
Take a shot whenever S2 fails at chaining, or... Wow. Are you calling me bad?
1.
That's okay, because it's true. I have no illusions about my mediocrity in the face of the wider world of Puyo Puyo. eSports, TM, copyright R.
1, 2. A hero never loses.
1, 2, 3.
Oh,
Take that.
1.
hmm.
1,
1,
2,
2,
3, 4,
Hey Lars,
5,
what do I think of the new voices?
6.
They're great.
7, 8.
How's your cold doing? I'm doing better. I had a cough drop.
2,
My ultimate strike.
My ultimate strike.
2, 3, 4. Mind blast.
1.
Yes.
Yes. Mind blast.
1, 2,
1.
3, 4, 5, 6. Judgment.
My red's
1,
cut and I'm so... Wait, they don't cut, actually.
3, 4,
Storm. Yes.
5, 6,
1,
7,
2,
8,
3,
9,
4.
10.
Blast. Yes.
My ultimate strike.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Judgment.
Hey, Tutrico. The $2
Hey,
super chat.
stop.
I still can't believe this is real.
Stop.
You may trust in my power.
Ragnar says 5 like you do. Is that a compliment or an insult? Sometimes I get very confused when you say sucker.
1,
1,
Wait, let me hear how Ragnar says 5 again. Is this a 5?
1,
1,
2, 3, 4,
Backslash.
5.
take that. 5.
Oh.
Judgment.
1, 2, 3.
Wait, an observation.
4,
You mean people can
5,
say normal
6.
things without trying
This
to be
is the
mean or
end.
cruel or
Stop.
nice or
Hey, stop.
manipulative? They can just say things?
1,
Wait. Oh, it's not over yet.
1,
Sorry.
One.
Something came over me there.
1, 2, 3,
1.
4, 5, 6.
1.
Mega Grade!
Here I go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mind blast. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take that. Judgment.
1,
Yes.
2, 3. This is the end! Final cross!
Hey, stop. Uh-oh.
You may trust in my power. One,
1.
1, 2, 3.
Oh.
Storm.
1, 2,
2,
3,
3, 4,
5.
5.
This is the end!
5.
8,
5.
9.
2,
My ultimate
3.
strike!
4, 5, 6. Judgment! Here I go! 1, 2, 3. Ice storm! Actually,
1, 1, 2.
hey, stop!
1, 1. The time has come.
The time has come.
1, 2,
Oh, whoa! That was like,
1,
why?
2,
1. What?
1, 2. Fireball!
1, 2, 3, 4. This is the end. Mega Grave.
One.
All right.
Ow!
Oh, I think I did the
1,
No.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
This is the end. The end.
Stop! Uh-oh.
You may trust in my power.
I'll do Maguro first.
Are you ready?
I won't lose.
Am I just playing against anyone right now? Yeah. Anyone who has the Switch version.
One,
1, 2.
1,
1, 2.
1, 2. Fire breath!
1,
Oh boy.
1,
Ow!
2, 3,
1,
4. Dragon claw!
2,
1,
1, 1, 2. You see that?
Will it? Oh,
1,
Lars!
2, 3.
Thank you so much for the €10 super chat.
Cross spacewalk.
Give yourself a snack or something while I play Bayonetta.
1,
Yeah, I plan on playing Bayonetta when it comes out.
3, 4.
Where's my yellow?
Dragon claw!
Oh my gosh.
1,
But yeah, I plan to play Bayonetta 3 when it comes
3,
out in like
4,
3 years.
5. Back cross space 7. 8. Backhand slip
One.
grip.
Here it comes!
Backhand slip grip.
1, 2. Ah. 1,
1,
2.
2.
Fire breath!
Swing in.
1, 2, 3, 4. Dragon claw! 1,
Rawr.
2, 3, 4, 5.
1,
Hear me roar!
3, 4,
2,
5,
3,
6,
4,
7, 8,
6.
9.
Hear me roar!
Backhand slip grip.
Why me? Why me? Why me?
Rawr. That's actually extremely funny.
Looks like I won.
1, 2. Fire breath!
Oh boy.
1, 1, 2. 1, 1,
1,
1. I did it!
1, 1. One, 2, 3, 4. Dragon claw!
1. You see that? 1, 2,
1,
3, 4. Moon
1.
circle. I'm the
2.
best. 1,
1,
2,
2.
3, 4,
1.
5. Earth turn. I'm the best. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, you can't fever. Oh, you are fevering.
5, 6,
1,
7,
Here it
8,
comes.
9. Backhand slip
1,
grip.
2,
Backhand slip grip.
1,
Dragon Claw.
2.
Rawr. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh wait, beast mode is on. I have
Hear
to be
me
careful.
roar.
Rawr. 1, 2, 3,
1,
4, 5,
1,
6.
Hear me roar. 3,
Rawr.
4,
1, 2,
5,
3,
6,
4,
7,
5,
8,
6,
9.
7.
Hear me slip grip.
Rawr. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inferno!
1.
Why me? Why me? Aww.
Looks like I won.
Why is beast mode on? Why not? Also, it's called comeback assist in the localized version. Actually, I don't know why they. It's like it didn't advertise it that much,
1,
but it's there. Yeah.
1,
Oh, I see that.
2, 3.
1,
Dragon
2,
Tail.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Fire Breath.
Back cross space wall. 8.
1,
Backhand slip.
Did Ekolo and Maguro have the same voice actor in the English version of Puyo
1,
Tetris?
2,
me?
3,
Why
4.
me?
Moon circle. Looks like I won.
Rar. Oh. Oh, now that you've pointed it out, I can't, like, unhear it. Is this music from the game or your playlist? It's from the game.
My name is Ciel.
Who was I supposed to play next?
Be starting soon.
Oh, which? Sorry, next round.
1,
1, 2.
Uh-oh.
I see
1,
now.
1, 2, 3. Sapphire. 5.
1,
Lapis lazuli.
1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All within projections. Le Manteau. Devising contingencies.
1.
Actually,
1,
Showtime.
2, 3, 4. Clause penal. A foregone conclusion. 1, 2, 3, 4,
1,
5.
2,
Le Manteau de
3,
l'Ange. A foregone
4.
conclusion.
5, 6, 7.
2,
Lapis lazuli.
3,
Yeah.
4, 5,
1,
6, 7.
2,
Le
3,
Manteau de
4,
l'Ange.
5, 6, 7. Sapphire. Cobalt.
1, 2, 3, 4. Clause penal. But my calculations.
1,
1,
1,
1, 1,
1,
1, 2,
1, 1, 2,
1, 2.
1,
1, 2.
Oof.
1, 2, 3,
1,
4, 5, 6,
1,
7, 8.
1,
Bouclier de
2,
l'Ange. A
Oops.
foregone
3.
conclusion.
4, 5. Lapis lazuli.
1,
1,
2,
2,
3,
3,
4,
4,
5,
5,
6,
7,
7,
8,
9.
9,
Bouclier
10.
de l'Ange.
Sapphire. Cobalt.
My
Yes.
calculations.
Sapphire.
But my calculations. This
Sapphire.
doesn't add up.
I won.
One.
1, 1,
1, 1,
1, 2.
1,
Acid
2.
wash.
1, 2,
1, 2, 3,
1,
4,
2. All
5,
within projections.
6.
4.
Lapis
5.
lazuli.
All within devising
One.
contingencies.
Oh boy. 1,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1.
Le Manteau de l'Ange.
Showtime.
A foregone conclusion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh,
Le Manteau de l'Ange.
Oh boy. Wait, what?
I didn't accept
All
that
according
properly.
to calculations.
I should have kept track better of when my big Puyo would come.
One,
1, 2,
1,
3. Cyan. 1,
1. But my calculations. But my calculations. This doesn't add up.
I won.
I don't know why he still gives me the comeback, even though,
One,
like...
2.
Oh no!
1,
I see now.
1,
That's so
One.
much!
1,
That is,
One.
like, not fair.
1, 2, 1. Showtime.
1, 2,
1, 2,
1,
3,
2.
4, 5. Lapis lazuli. Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Refaire sa vie.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sapphire. 7. Lapis lazuli.
1, 2, 3. Refaire sa vie. 1. But my calculations.
1,
Okay, let's not feed them into fever mode. Let's try
1,
to hold back as much as we can.
1.
1,
1, 1, 2,
1,
1,
1,
2.
1.
Actually, I should go...
2,
This should be fine.
1,
3.
2,
Sapphire. Sapphire.
Yes, I can go into fever at the same time.
7.
1.
Lapis
Devising
lazuli.
contingencies.
You have to plan out when you
One,
go into fever mode.
2, 3,
1,
4,
2,
5,
3,
6.
4,
Le Manteau de l'Ange.
6,
A foregone
7,
conclusion.
8, 9.
1,
Cobalt. Yeah.
3,
Yeah.
4,
1,
5,
2,
7,
3,
8.
4,
Bouclier de l'Ange.
6,
A foregone
7,
conclusion.
8,
1,
9,
2,
10.
3, 4,
Cobalt.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Bouclier de l'Ange.
1.
My calculations. This doesn't
I
add
won
up.
against
I
boost
won.
mode! Yeah! Okay, you have to play Witch next, right? But my calculations.
It's potion time! Are you prepared? One. 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 Two.
I messed up. That's a really bad mistake.
One. One. One.
That's another bad mistake.
One. Two. One. Two. One. 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 Two. One. Two. Three. Four. Five. Six. One. Seven. Star Blast! One. No! Someone owes me an apology. That all you got?
Roy, hey. What's up? Dude, this Fever battle theme, high tier, amazing.
One. One.
So many memories.
Two.
Uh-oh.
Three. Four. Fireworks! 2, 3, 4, 5. Return fire! Star Blast! 1. No! 1, 2. Someone owes me an apology.
Did this theme ever get a remix? No.
1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 2. 1. 1. 2. 3. 1.
Uh-oh.
4. 5. 6. Static shock! 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 1. Supernova! 2. Let's try this! 3. Frost!
Aww.
1. 2. 3. 1. Frost! 2.
This was a bad extension.
4. 5. 6. 7. Star Blast! 1.
Oh my gosh.
2. Stop that! Stop that! 1. 2.
No!
Threshing time! Stop that! 1. What happened? Was there ever any doubt?
Well, guess what? Now I get the boost. On the match point. How does that feel?
1. 2. 3. Moonbeam! 1. 2. 1. 2. 1. 2. 3. 4. Gravity slam! No! Someone owes me an apology. That all you got?
I don't know why it just doesn't apply to the person who has the lowest amount of points. It shouldn't apply to the loser of the last round all the time. Okay. Why is there counting? Because why not? Anyone else? Risukuma. Okay. How do you join a match? You just go into the Fever lobby and play.
Let the experiment begin.
Ever at your service. One. One. One.
One.
One.
One.
One.
One.
Wait, what?
Retreat!
A resounding success.
One.
One. One.
One. Two. Blade of Kings!
Not good.
Blade of Kings!
One.
She's just so Saber.
One. One.
One.
Two.
One. Two.
God, that's a
One.
lot.
Not good. One. One. Two. Tenderness.
Retreat!
A resounding success.
One.
Oh,
Two.
early chain.
Blade
One.
of Kings!
4 lines!
Three.
Does the boost mode stack if you lose consecutively?
One.
Why?
One.
Actually, I don't know.
One.
One.
Two.
Hell.
One.
Blade of Kings!
One. One. Two.
One.
One. Hardly a
One.
placebo. One. Two. Three. Four. That solves that. Eureka! One. Two. Three. Four.
One.
5.
Two.
Passion. Eureka!
Kings!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Passion.
One. One. Two.
It's just that, like,
One.
One.
if you like,
arms!
Fierce Fire says, I love how Saber is an adjective now. I mean, it's just like, I feel like so many series now just have, like,
1.
a Saber. King Arthur reference? Guess what? It's Saber.
One. Two.
1,
3.
2,
4.
3.
5. 6.
4.
Defensive
But
formation!
wait, actually, I don't think this is even King Arthur. Isn't it, shoot, who is it?
1,
One.
1.
Two.
Whatever, it's still
One.
Saber.
One. Two.
Oh, what? How did the two?
Back to the drawing board.
A job well done.
Oh, it's Alexander the Great. Wow, I don't know how I did not. Whatever, it's Saber. Just accept it.
1, 2, 3. Affection.
One. Two. 3.
1,
4. 5. Defensive formation!
2. That solves that.
One.
Wait, I have boost mode.
Soldiers to arms!
Why? I should be doing degenerate stuff. Wait a second. Here. 1.
1,
1.
1.
1.
One. Two.
Oh boy.
3. Behold my
Not good.
power!
Wait. What?
1.
1,
2.
1,
1,
1, 2, 3, 4,
See you later, Ninja.
6. Hazard! Hardly a placebo.
1,
1, 2,
2,
3.
You need a specific, like an eye for the specific color you need to extend the avalanche chain.
1. Impossible! Impossible!
I think I almost had the
A
extension.
resounding
If I
success.
put the blues in column 5 and 6 and then pop it, that would have tailed. Right? What is this, Sesame Street Puyo? Yeah, you can... If you have kids, let them play Puyo Puyo and they'll learn to count to 20. They'll also become a Puyo master along the way because you can't even chain to 20 in the normal game, so they must have been so good that they broke it.
Love conquers all! The water's fine! One. 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 Two.
Oh?
3. Melody scale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Please go away. 6, 7, 8. Cannonball! Wonderful. 1. I'm no match. 1, 2. Emission.
Oh, why is it 3 lines? Don't hurt me.
1, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. I did it. 2, 3, 4. Star rain. 1. 1. 1. 1, 2, 1. 1. 1, 2, 1. Emission. Time.
Oh my god, that is a lot.
1. 1, 2. Swim with me. 1, 2. Sorry about that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2. Amazing. 4.
Come on, yellow! Why? Why does this game hate me?
1. Why? 1, 2.
I can't pop.
1. 1. 1. 1. 2. 2. Emission. 1. 1. 2. 1. No! 1. 2. 1. 3. 2. Melody scale. I love the water. 1, 2. Swim with me. Amazing. 1, 1, 2. 2. Please go away. I love the water. 4. Amazing. 1. Star rain. 2. 3. 4. 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Please go away.
So I think
One,
the timer rounds up instead of
two.
rounding down. I just noticed that.
1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. 1, 1,
Wait, did Sylvana?
1,
Oh. I have to choose a different character, huh?
1.
Who do you guys want the
2,
the
3.
boss to be?
4, 1, 5, 2. I did it! 3, 4, 5.
Oh my god.
8. 1. Love's light. 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2. Great heart! This is amazing! One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5, 6, 7, 8. One, light. 2, 3,
A moon?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Please go away! Cannonball!
Whoa, I fought it back.
1.
Even though it was boost
One.
moded.
I'm no match. One. One.
Oh, that was the wrong order to put the crap.
1, 2, 3. Swim with me.
Oh no.
1, Star Rain. 2, 3, 4, 5. Please go away. I did it. Wonderful. 1, 2, 3. All for love. 5, 6. Brave heart. Don't hurt me.
No.
See you next time.
You just go to the free play lobbies. If you have the Japanese version. Huh, well, I get the boost mode.
One, 2, 3. I love the water.
I love the water.
2. Emission. 1. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 3, 4. 1. 1. 1. 1. Time to shine. 1.
Hey.
1.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Brave heart. This is amazing. 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All for love. 2, 3, 4, 2. I did it. 1. 1. 1.
Thank you, Tucker.
No
This is fun.
match.
Okay, let me change the boss. How about a villain character from the Puyo series? Let me look up their card. There we go. Okay, we can do 4-player with beast mode and teams and fever count too. And margin time 32. How do you make the HP go down? You donate money on YouTube. Sorry, that's my money making scheme. Okay.
My name is CL.
So be it. Let's rock.
Let's go! Goo goo goo!
Okay, we're just gonna YOLO this. Wait, you guys have to choose a team too. Wow, be boring.
Goo! Goo!
One.
Goo!
Two.
1, 2. Goo's for win!
One.
I should have put the starting fever count to like.
Goo! 1,
Can you even edit that?
One.
goo goo!
Two.
1,
Three.
2,
Four.
3,
Broken night. One. Two. Three. Four.
Oh my.
One. Two. Three. Four. Five. Six. Stop this time.
Fairy fire! Whoa! Goo goo! 1, 1, 1,
One.
goo! 1, 1,
One.
goo!
One. One.
Goo! Goo! 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4,
One.
5, 6,
Three.
7,
Four.
Fairy fire!
Broken
Goo! Goo goo! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
One.
7. I won't lose! Luminescence! Goo!
Bad.
Goo!
Gotta go with the flow.
I won't lose.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Luminescence!
Goo.
Goo! 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 1,
1.
goo! 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 1, 2,
Oh, I'm an idiot.
1.
No!
Oh no! Goo goo goo!
Oh, boost mode.
Goo!
1.
1,
2. Just watch.
Ow!
Oh gosh.
1, 2,
1.
3. Cuckoo! Won't lose! Tempest! Yeah!
1.
This cannot be.
Cuckoo! Goo! 1,
1.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1.
Goo!
Not bad.
Goo!
Gotta go with the flow.
Goo! 4, 5,
Go.
6, 7, 8. Luminescence! Goo-goo!
Luminescence.
Goo-goo! Goo-goo! Goo-goo-goo! Yeah!
Okay, I have to fight 3 boost moded people. Save me.
1, 2,
It's starting!
3.
Oh my god! That's too
1.
much!
Go.
What do you even do against that?
1. 2. Go. 1.
1,
Bring it on! Goo! 1. Goo-goo-goo!
1,
1.
2,
2. 3. 4. 5. Go.
Oh, you're good.
No!
Go.
Goo! 1.
1. 2.
1.
3.
2.
4.
Thanks for winning!
6. This die.
Goo! 3.
1.
Goo!
1.
Well,
2.
nice knowing you guys.
1,
No!
2. No mercy for you.
2. Just watch.
Goo! Goo! Goo-goo! Goo!
1.
Goo!
1, what?
Goo-goo! Goo-goo-goo!
1, 2,
1.
3.
2.
Calamity!
Is it still
Consider
first to
this a
3?
gift.
I think it accidentally might be. Oops.
1, 2,
1.
3,
2.
4,
Just
5,
watch.
6. Enjoy!
1. 1. 1.
Not bad. 1, 2,
1.
1, 2,
1. 2.
1.
Oh, you're good. 4. 5. 6. 7. This time.
1,
Yeah.
2, 3.
1.
Calamity!
3. 4. 5. 6.
Come on, Tucker, get the all clear. Oh.
Scream. Yeah. 1. 2. 3.
1,
4.
2,
5.
3,
6.
4.
Well, this is bad.
6, 7,
8.
Ascension! Consider this a gift!
1.
Oh my gosh, that's so unlucky.
4.
I'm sorry.
6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Double scream. I'm just getting started.
Okay, here we go.
1, 2, 3.
1.
1,
Wait,
2,
Tucker made a 6.
3.
1.
Enjoy!
7.
No mercy for you! 1, 2, 3,
3.
4.
4.
Stay sharp! Consider this a gift! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cataclysm! Consider this a gift!
1.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cataclysm! You will never beat me!
Beast mode is just so
2, 3.
so overpowered.
1.
It really spices things up when you're playing with your friends.
Just watch. 1.
Bring it on!
Oh,
Ow!
1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Oh, you're good.
1, 2. I won't lose. 4, 5, 6, 7. Victory fire.
I'm very
One.
proud of that tail.
Not bad. 1. Not bad. Gotta go with the flow.
Yeah. Goop. Goop.
Oh god. Why? Why did that do
One.
2 rows right there?
1.
1.
Goop. 1. 1, 2.
Oh god.
Just
1,
watch.
2. Thanks for waiting.
Goop. 1. Goop. 2.
1. Goop.
Goop. Goop. 1.
Go, go, go.
1. Goop. 2. Goop.
Bring it on.
Goop.
Go, 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 go. 1,
1,
2,
2,
3,
3.
4,
Four.
5,
Goop.
6,
Goop. 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
Goop. Goop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Darkness dive. 1,
You're all clearing?
1. 1, 2, 3. Scream it out.
Why?
Goop. 1, 2. Oh, you're good. 4, 5, 6, 7. Darkness dive. Yeah. Goop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, you're good.
All clear?
Goop. 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 1, 2.
Imagine. We should make a Twitter account where it's, you know those GA meme accounts that used to meme Twitters? We should make one, except it's just replacing everything with gays. And then people won't be able to unhear it.
8, 9. Devil scream. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Devil scream. Goop. Go, go, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, you're good. 10. Devil scream.
Wow. Look at that.
1.
Oh my gosh.
Goop.
Why?
Goop. 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 1.
Wow. Look at that one.
Goop. 1. Goop. 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 1. Goop. Goop. 1, 2. Just watch. Goop. Goop. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, try to check Twitter because this will take a while.
Devil scream! Yeah! Not bad. Gotta go
What?
with the flow.
Start backing up files and photos to OneDrive. No Windows. You don't tell me what to do.
1.
1,
Goop. 1, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, broken knife.
3,
Goop.
4,
1,
5. Enjoy! No mercy for you!
4, 5,
1,
1,
2, 3, 4, 5.
I won't lose.
Get rid of this Once again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
This
Consider
doesn't
this a
work.
gift. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Oh
6,
boy.
7. Cataclysm!
1,
Not bad.
One. 1, 2. Just watch.
Well, good luck with that.
Not bad.
1,
Not bad.
1.
Gotta go with the flow.
Okay.
You will never beat me.
There should only be 2 rounds left in this torture.
One, 2.
Oh, wait! That was dead in 2 rows! No way!
2. Just watch.
Why? Why is that so much?
1.
Oh
1. No mercy for you.
1, 2. Not bad. 1. Bring it on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Broken knives.
Cannot be.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Darkness dive. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Darkness dive. Yeah. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Darkness dive. 1. 1. 1. 1. One.
What? I'm sorry, Tucker. You know, we can probably go watch Avengers and it'll be over before this match is. I heard everyone dies, but then they don't. But then they do. But then they don't.
Gotta go with the flow.
Wait, you can't set the minimum fever counter. This is how many points your fever meter builds when you do a counter attack. But for the actual meter itself, you can't set the default value. At least not in online mode. That's unfortunate. No, 2 is as high as it goes. Oh hey, I hit 6,000 subscribers. Okay. We got this. Play Arl for my 6K special. Okay. But Arl has the least amount of Puyos in this Fever Fest, so I'm definitely going to lose, and it's going to be your fault. I blame you. No, the garbage rate, the lower it is, the more damage that you do. I think. Well, hello? Are you gonna hit okay? Tucker says, I didn't see what meme rules you set, so I'm going to trust that they weren't bad this
I
time.
won't lose. It's potion time. It's my turn.
Okay.
1,
Hey, watch it!
What the?
Why me? That all you got?
No, this is too much.
Hey!
No, stop.
1. Hey!
1,
1.
Oh, a power 2.
Why me? 1. Hey! Stop!
let's dance!
Soma guy to Fever mode? No.
Here comes the 4! Let's go! You got it!
1. Uh-oh. 2. Meteor! Let's try this.
1! Oh!
1, 2, 3,
1,
4.
2!
Return fire!
Here comes the groove! Feel the beat!
Stop that! Stop that!
1! Oh yeah!
What happened?
Smooth move!
Tucker, are you mad at me? I'm sorry. It's okay, we can still win this.
1!
No!
1, 2. Return fire! Why me? 1, why me? 2. Take that! Ice storm! 2. Stop that! 1. Let's try this. 1, 2. Return fire! 4, 5. Here 6. I go! Star blast! 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Supernova! 2,
Wow, it's already at comments.
4, 1, 6, 7, 8. Violin!
Oh,
Hey, stop! Uh-oh.
okay, let's not do this. Wow, did the game crash? Okay, I was a little worried there. I wonder how this will go.
Fine, I'll join the fray.
It's showtime!
Will you cheer for me?
I want you.
Are you ready?
Go. Go.
So in order to send one garbage, you need to clear 990 points.
Go. Go.
One.
Go.
One.
One,
Two.
two, one.
Go.
Magic.
Go.
One, two,
Go.
one,
Go. Go.
one,
Go.
Go, go, go.
one, one,
Two.
Oh, I forgot a yellow.
Three.
Let's dance.
Four.
Go.
Five.
One,
Six.
two,
Seven.
three,
All right.
four,
Backhand slip grip.
Go.
six,
One.
But
seven,
fever power is
one,
boosted
eight,
up.
two, shockwave. Let's do it. Five. May I cut in?
One.
One,
Two.
Go.
three, four, five, six. May I cut in?
Go. Go.
One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Easy enough.
One.
Oh, I lived.
One, two,
One.
three. Easy enough.
One.
Five,
Two.
six.
Three.
May I cut
Lightning
in?
strike. See that?
One, two, three.
One.
Thunderstorm. Two,
Three.
three,
Four.
four,
Moon circle.
Five,
I'm the best.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How's this
One.
strike you?
Two. Three. Lightning
One,
drop.
two, three,
One.
four,
Two.
five,
Three.
6,
Four.
7,
Moon
8,
circle. I'm the
9,
best.
10,
One.
11.
Two.
How's this strike you?
Four. Five.
Curses.
Earth turn.
Curses.
I've been finished.
Earth turn.
Just wait till next time.
Thank you, thank you.
Go.
One.
So the best way to win is to, well, make a long chain, actually.
One, two,
Go. Go. Go.
Since you need
One.
at least some...
One.
two,
Go.
No, I broke it.
one,
That should be fine now.
Go. Go.
one,
Go.
One. Two.
one. All right.
Alright.
Two,
One.
three,
Two.
four,
Three.
nice
Uh-oh, Tucker set off his full chain.
May I come in?
Cross space will 7.
One,
8.
two,
9. Backhand, you see that?
five, one, two,
Star Strike. Let's
three,
do it.
Go.
four,
Go.
five,
Go.
6,
One,
7.
two,
May I
three.
cut in?
4.
Oh,
5.
no.
Earth turn. I'm the best.
I've
One.
been finished.
2.
One.
3. 4. 5. 6. Earth turn.
Am I live on Twitch too? Yeah.
1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Earth turn.
Go. 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 Go.
Looks like I won.
Go.
Why do I do this?
One. One.
Why?
2. 3.
What fortune?
1.
Go.
1.
Go.
2.
Let's dance.
Go.
1. 2.
1.
Wait, my game glitched. How come that garbage isn't dropping?
1. 1. 1.
Go. Go. Go.
1.
1.
2.
1.
3.
You see that?
4. 5. 6. 1.
Let's do it.
All right.
Go.
1, 2, 3,
Go.
4, 5, 6. Back cross spacewalk. I'm
Oh.
the best.
1. 2.
3,
1.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Go.
One.
Go.
3. 4.
Go.
5. 3. 6. 4. 7. Easy enough. 6.
How's this strike you?
7. 8.
3, 4.
Oh,
Nuisance.
1.
Nuisance.
Go.
Nuisance.
Ugh, that wasn't fun.
1.
I don't
2.
think you're gonna manage to
3.
extend in time, Tucker.
Thunderstorm. Well,
Oh,
Just wait till next time.
victory is mine.
is Echolo in this? No.
One. 1. 2.
Go.
1,
1. 1.
Go.
1. 1.
Go.
1.
Go.
1.
Uh-oh.
Go.
1.
Go.
1,
The
2,
line.
3,
2.
4,
1.
5.
1. 1.
Back cross
2.
spacewalk. 7.
Oh my gosh.
1.
No!
Nuisance.
6.
Ugh, let's do it.
1. 2. 3. 4.
Night blade. Well.
I don't think that's gonna extend how you think it will, Tucker. Wait, I think the yellow pops. Side color.
1,
I see that. That's not really. Oh, you guys. I know the feeling of trying so hard to extend, but then time runs out.
Go.
1. 2.
Dark magic.
1, 1, 2,
Go.
Oh,
1,
fever again.
2.
Let's go.
1.
Swing it.
2.
Go.
1.
1,
2.
swing it. I'm the best.
Go.
1, 2, 3. Lightning drop. I'm the best.
I've been finished.
Looks like I won.
Okay. I think I'm done with this nonsense. It was fun, but maybe I can only do this fever stuff like once a week. Okay, well, I'm sorry if you didn't get a chance to play together yet, but there'll be time. Puyo Puyo's forever. Our community's forever, so we'll have a chance to play again soon. I think I'm gonna stop the stream here, probably. Thank you for hanging out and supporting the Puyo series. And thank you to everyone who donated super chats earlier. That made me really happy. Oh, no Puyo champions yet. Oh, you already have eSports. The World Ends With You Final Remix. Oh, I forgot to get that game. Okay, I'll figure this out later. Maybe I should play Smash soon, because once Puyo eSports comes out, like my Smash time will go down. I probably won't play it again for a long time. The PC version, so my main two platforms I expect would be PC and Switch. I'll probably play... what should I play on release day? PC, I guess? Just so we can show off a climb. Maybe. Well, no. I have to work on Tuesday. I can't get out of it, so... Will I ever stream Sushi Striker? Me and Oz tried to stream it like once, and it was just too overwhelmingly like Saturday morning cartoon. It just got too ridiculous in like the first 10 minutes. I don't know when I'll get back to it. Okie dokie. Well, I'll see you all later. I did record some matches to post up onto YouTube, and I'm working on scheduling them, so look out tomorrow. Okay. Do I plan on streaming Splatoon 2 again? I haven't felt like playing it in a while. I kind of want to, but then I just like end up prioritizing other things. And Splatoon 2 is not getting any more like content updates, right? Just balance patches. So my interest kind of went down. So I don't know. Maybe. Okay, bye for real.